Hey, welcome everybody to the KKP Untitled show, Untitled KKP show, where we talk about video games, I guess. I know it's been a couple of weeks since we posted one of these. Been kind of busy as of late. And the last one we posted was about Death Stranding 2, which will, check out the review. We gave it a high praise and all that. Go check that video out if you haven't yet. Yeah. Cool stuff. So anyway, we got some stuff we can update you with. I guess right now, I'm gonna open up what's on the browser here. We have a lot of news to get up with. I guess the biggest one would be... I guess the big one that happened last week was the Xbox mass layoffs. That was the big one, the terrible one that happened. Yeah. Maybe we should how do we start this? Honestly, yeah. Okay, first off, maybe some site updates. We've got some videos up on YouTube. Go check them out. It's just basically like some sub versus dub stuff for a lot of anime that came out the past few days, like City, the animation, and Dan 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 Season 2, the one where they had the evil eye popping up. We did a review on the first 3 episodes via the cinematic release, along with the Science Saru interview that capped off and ended the 3 episode showcase. Or was it 4? It's probably 3 episodes. It's like 1.5 hours. Yeah. And yeah, there was also a bunch of anime expo announcements. Yeah, crazy stuff. And also there was an announcement for a video game release date, which we'll get to, but we'll start slow first for now. Let's see. Maybe we should get to the X, or maybe just start with what we've been playing. How about that? Yeah, okay, cool. Let's go for that. Right now, I guess the only game off the top of my head is, let me just open up. I played this game on Steam. It's actually like a playtest called Mightreya. It is basically an action game where you created by, I believe one person did this. Let's see what this person's name is. Oh, ow, okay, wow, okay, you heard that, rock music. It's louder on my side than on the actual presentation, this actual show. So it's created by Wazin. He did something about agents and stuff a couple of years back. This is the person's new action game where you play a superheroine, a schoolgirl superhero named Rhea, with her manager Neo tagging along as a camera person and manager as she goes around fighting enemies and bad guys for content. So Neo films Rhea does all the action. The controls are pretty awesome. They feel like a very what you expect an indie gamer to do on a AAA kind of game. It's kind of reminiscent of maybe Dragon Ball Tenkaichi, Budokai Tenkaichi, except instead of just one-on-one, it's more or less like a versus kind of killing a bunch of bad guys. So yeah, Mightreya is an action game. It feels like Budokai Tenkaichi action style, except instead of a 1v1 fighting game, it's more or less a one versus everybody kind of PvE experience. Mightreya, the heroine, can fly around. Whenever she sees like lampposts or any of these special orbs, she can actually jump into it by pressing the Y button. You've got your simple attack on your triggers, right trigger, R bumper to attack regularly, and right trigger to do the stronger attacks. And when you're prompted to do a super attack, which is a giant fist she can summon out of thin air, she will do that. And every time you press the attack button, she will home in on the nearest person that is at the center of your camera. So there's that. Again, like a Dragon Ball Z character would fight, I see a bad guy, I home onto them, I attack them. So rather than just blindly flailing into thin air, you target the nearest enemy. I mean, you can lock on, but I've been playing this game for like 30 minutes. I didn't really bother with the lock on. I just fought whoever was next to me. If an enemy tries to attack me from outside, I just press the dodge button. I can do a bullet time dodge, a witch time like Bayonetta, and I guess you see this, it's like, yeah, this Watson guy knows his action game inside out. Like, he's played Devil May Cry, Gravity Days 1 and 2, Bayonetta, and anything in that quality of flavor. So you can see that emanating from Mightreya. You can download the game right now. It's apparently published by 505 Games, so props to them for doing action games like Blades of Fire and the upcoming Chinese game Wuqiang, I believe. And now they're doing Mightreya, an indie-sized action game from what I presume is one guy doing this very possibly ambitious action game with superheroes. Now, I guess my only concern is the camera, but like especially when I press do one of her Mightreya's super moves, the camera just jump cuts really fast. And I think a lot of people might get motion sickness from the movement. But again, this is made by a small team, one person even, and I do believe some things have to be taken into account. Like if this was like a bigger team, like say a Bandai Namco Dragon Ball team making that, which is like what, 100 plus people, you won't come across this kind of issue. As it stands, as an indie game, I feel the awesomeness coming out from this title. So hopefully you get a bunch more levels in the final builder game. They haven't mentioned a release date. I'm gonna guess next year. There are 2 stages and a test stage on offer in the playtest. So just jump into it, you sign in, you might actually get in really quick. I mean, I know I did. And just have a fun time with Mightreya. You can get the feel of the controls, it feels really good. I like flying. Again, could use work, but then again, this is an indie game, so I don't feel like, okay, I can see the problems popping up, but for something this ambitious, this something to salute to, you know, like really good job with the landscape, the artwork, the scope, the fact that it runs 60 frames per second or higher even. And the action itself is very, very smooth, not jarring, save for like maybe one bit where you get stuck, and even then, you can just jump out to, you know, get out of the zone you're stuck in. Overall, it's a free demo right now that's out. You should go check it out. Maybe give your feedback to Wazen and 505 Games. Really good stuff. I highly recommend this demo right now, so go check it out. And beyond that, yes, I have played the big game that popped up on iOS and Android and PC recently, the global edition of Umamusume Pretty Derby. And after hearing a lot of my friends like Burhan, our ex-writer, and other folks from Gamer Matters even bringing up the Japanese version, I see the appeal right now of Umamusume, which is a game, a horse racing simulator where the horses are replaced by schoolgirls who have strong legs, who can race really well and have horse ears and tails. They are not centaurs, just a heads up. So these are regular anime girls with horse ears and tails. So, and they're all named and based off of, you know, past Japanese derby, Japanese race horses of back then, like Special Week, Gold Ship, Oguro Cup. Yeah, Oguri Cap, and Tamamo Cross, and a bunch of others as well. Like, there's so many of these horses, Simboli Rudolph, and a lot. And, of course, Sakura Banshin, yes. Banshin or Bashi? Yeah, wait. Let me type that out. Bakushin, that's her name, Bakushin. What, not Banshin. Sakura Bakushin, that's... Yeah, so just to recap, this game is about managing your racer to, you know, get to the top, which is the URA race finals. That's the big race. So you pick a horse, you pick the support characters to support that horse, and then throughout the, I guess, the many weeks, many days to train your trainee, your horse girl, you make sure that she places high in the races she's in. Like the first, you got like 16 goals to hit. If you don't hit the goals, you fail the entire run and you start all over. Maybe you have a new horse, or maybe with the same horse. Who knows? It's really up to you. And as you basically train them, like in either speed, guts, wits, power, and stamina, any of these aspects, you get to check out their backstory and their tales in the Horse Academy. Basically, all these names elude me because I don't have notes actually in front of me right now. It's more like an off-cuff kind of discussion. But I do enjoy what is being presented there. Like the visual novel aspect tells a story about the horse girl you're training. Really, really awesome stuff. Really cool storylines. The Sakura bunch, I guess and then when you get through like all the goals, you get to the final Ura Derby race, and that's basically the qualifiers, the finals, and the grand finals. I believe like 3 races within that. So you finish 16 quests, and you do the final races. Basically, if you let's just say you manage to finish all the quests and you do the URA races. If let's just say you did not win any of the URA races, you get the normal ending. If you get first place in everything, you get the grand ending, the best ending for your horse girl. Really good stuff. So Yeah, and all the different horses have many different characteristics and skills and whatnot. So, for example, the Bakushin girl I mentioned, Sakura Bakushin O, she is very good with speed. So, she is better as a front runner or a pace chaser. Characters like Gold Ship, she is better as the end capper. They're like two different positions at the end, 3 and 4. She's better at 3 and 4. So basically, she will start last, but she will catch up really quick at like the mid or at the 2/3 of the race because of her stamina and power. Some horses have good top speed, like Silent Suzuka. She's really good at front runner, but nothing else. She's terrible at all the other 3 aspects. I guess the other one, the Dakushin Tokyo, the one of there's also a couple more who are better at pace chasers rather than, front runners, and you got different horses, different skills and whatnot. You gotta pick your favorite 100%. And this being a gacha game, it's free to play, so you get to download it on iOS, Android. I would actually, because of the way the game is simplified, I mean, again, it's a stat management game, so it's a spreadsheet game, but one that's done with so much flair and cosmetics put into it. So even the horse racing itself is very stylized, very action-packed, and very detailed. You got the horse girls racing. You got to see them race through the, like during the race itself, all automatic, and they have their power-ups popping up whenever you buy the skills from them pre-race. And yeah, it's all done in a very awesome, very cinematic manner, very awesome flair and whatnot, very detailed. Like, again, production values for this game is very big. This is made by Cygames, who have made money off of Grand Blue Fantasy back in 2016 up till now. And also Shadowverse, I guess. Did that do well? I mean, I heard it's got bad reviews for the update, but for now, Umamusume Pretty Derby is the top game that's gonna be in everybody's mind in the next few weeks, starting from a couple of days ago at this point of podcasting. At this point in time, at this recording, I've already won the URA races with Silent Suzuka and Sakura Bakushin, yes. So I did a bit of research, of course, because I was actually struggling to figure out which horses to use. So I got TM Opera. She is better as a at the second and the third position. She's not good at first, she's not good at last, she's an in-betweener, at least from the way I've seen and seen in her career mode. And the other 2 horses I use, Silent Suzuka and Sakura Bakushin, they're better as front chasers, front runners, and maybe pace chasing, but again, I bought the skills that actually would benefit a front runner, which is basically you get some skills include ones where you get more energy mid-race, doesn't matter which position you're at, and as a front runner, you do corners better, you get more abilities popping up while you're racing. You get to see all this popping up anime Dragon Ball style during the race itself, so really cool stuff. So with awesome presentations, a nice killer hook, and a pretty cool, I guess, fair gacha system. I mean, again, I won the game with just a 1-star character. Sakura Bakushin is a 1-star character you can get with any gacha you get, so it's just a matter of like, I mean, if you pick one horse that is 3-star and favorable, then maybe it might be a bit tougher. But as it stands, yeah, this is a game where, again, there are some random elements popping up during the course of your career mode and even the races, so luckily there's an option to use an hourglass to rewind time and do the race again, so not so bad, not too bad. The requirements also aren't that steep, like basically just do races to get fans. Like if the goal is to get like X number of fans, just do races, just do the ones that actually fit your horse girl. So if she's better at pace chasing, pick the races that are better at pace chasing, which have better pace chasing and shorter courses. Rather, like if there's one, if you have a horse girl who is better at stamina and power, then it's better to have her in the long running courses, the long courses, not the sprints, I guess the turf ones as well, because for strength and whatnot. But again, all these tips can be found on Reddit. This game has been around in Japan for the past 2022, I like to believe. Definitely after pandemic, that's for sure. The anime series came out before the pandemic. Or before or after or during. I know the game came out after, so But what I can say is this game is a hearty recommendation. 8, 9 out of 10, I guess, from us. Maybe a review will come out soon. I do need to, reload the Open Critic in a bit. But generally, yeah, top pick from us because of its simplicity in its approach and its very outwardly premise with the very, very interesting characters to check out and whatnot. I guess in the next week or so, there's going to be a banner for like the best horse in the game, Kitami Black. She is a main character in one of the Umamusume animes. I do know that, yes, there's a recent Netflix series that came out a couple of weeks ago. Just ended its first core. Umamusume Cinderella Grey, which is about Oguri Cap and Tamamo Cross. We did a review on that. We loved the show. It's basically like Rocky, but with, two protagonists who aren't at odds with each other. Like, compare that to maybe Rocky 3, with Clubber Lang and Rocky, who are Balboa, who are at odds with each other. One shit talks the other. There is shit talking in, Umamusume, but in a more polite manner and in a more cutesy, friendly rivalry manner. Because as you can tell from the game, if you go check out Pretty Derby, you could already see that Oguri Cap and Tamamo Cross are friends, basically, BFF. So Cinderella Grey is basically just an adaptation that shows the beginnings of the Umamusume. I think before the whole thing with Special Week and all those other characters like Gold Ship and all the other horses I forgot. Meguro McQueen or whatnot. There's so many of them to keep track of, dude. But yeah, good stuff. Really happy for side games, and I saw the pictures at Anime Expo 2025. Yeah, that's Standee, the one with Special Week and another horse. I forgot her name. A really popular one. Yeah, they're all there, like the life-size versions of them with people posing and taking the pictures. Really cool stuff. Yeah. Will we see that in Tokyo Game Show 2025? Who knows? Because of the reinvigoration of the game, Cygames might probably want to announce new content for the game. Who knows? We'll see. But as it stands, yeah, go check out this game, Umamusume. I'm a firm believer of fun gacha games you can play off the cuff. In fact, I do farm in Diablo 4, because the new season just came out. Not the best season, but I do like my clicky games. I have whenever I play career mode in Umamusume with a character I played before, I just put that on auto run and whatnot, so it just goes on just great. I just tap when needed. Yeah, a really good game you want to play, for the kicks and whatnot. And then when I play a new gacha character, a new character in a new horse girl, I just play and just go through the story and really cool stuff, to find out about all the characters and how their motivations and how they interact with other horse girls. Yeah, really solid stuff. Love the animation. Good work. Other games I played. I am looking at my sheet right here, not my notes, just a bunch of tabs open up. I think that is it for games for now. I mean, that's more than enough, if I'm being honest. I got a couple of titles all under embargo, so you have to wait until that pops up. Like, probably next week's show or the week after. We'll see if I have time to actually do this, because we got a lot of videos. Like, speaking of anime, like, holy crap, there's a shitload coming out this month alone. You've got City, the animation. You have Dan Season 2. I think I mentioned this. Panty and Stocking, Season 2, I guess? It's like the 2025 edition with new characters and new hijinkses. First episode should be coming out on Thursday, I believe, in the morning. Amazon Prime Video. I heard the reception. A lot of people love it so far. So yeah, do check it out. It's back in a vulgar form, basically. So if you want an 18+, 18M rated cartoon, yeah, go for that. Also, City the Animation, a hearty recommendation. We'll need to do a review on that. It's from the same people who made Nichijou. It's about a bunch of people, a family who runs a restaurant, and the life they're in this one city itself called City, in somewhere in Tokyo or Japan or whatnot. And art style's really awesome. It's basically it's animated by Kyoto Animation. The same people who did, I guess, it's the same studio that did Nichijou back in the day. The art style very pronounced, very highly inked with the outline and everything. Really stylized, really matching the tone of the manga. It's a slice of life kind of show about a college student trying to make ends meet with the rent and whatnot. and the people around her, like the family of cooks, the family of the restaurant, and then the dad is a chef, and then his kid is in school with this other person named Echa, Anna or whatnot, yeah. And a bunch of other stories coming back and forth in a very humorous fashion. Really good punchlines. One involving spilled food in a restaurant, and another involving Wako. Yeah, a girl named Wako, one of the classmates of the main character Midori, who is very eccentric. She prays to a rat god. I'll just say that. I'm gonna wait for a couple more episodes to pass full judgment, but yeah, the first episode has a very, very strong impression. It remains to be seen if they'll have memorable moments from Nichijou, like with the principal versus deer, or one of the characters who's hiding artwork from the policeman. Yeah, that's a very memorable bunch of moments. So hopefully City the Animation has moments like that in its first season run. So we'll see. Looking forward to that. What else we got? Dress Up Darling, Season 2 just came out. The first episode popped up, and my Twitter feed is filled up with basically Marin in her underwear and her bunny outfit. Yeah, this show still has that whole the showcasing of cosplayers and behind-the-scenes stuff, especially with the skin stuff. So yeah, make what you will. It's still as enticing as ever, so also worth a watch if you're into that sort of thing.